think I know what might have happened. Let me check something here. There, that should fix it. I think it may have been when I was putting the allocated points of speed from attack, I may have put the wrong number in. So
either way. Thank you for the 7B. I have no idea why that notification didn't show up on screen. Hello, Green Wolves. And then Fox. Yeah, so we currently have a player who cannot get connected to Discord. I'm hoping that they'll be able to get on soon. But we will start session in a little bit and hope for the best. Yeah, seems to be. And it looks like someone else fell out.
Arzat does have issues with her internet. It's okay though.
Seems this is going to be an issue for a lot of people.
there we go. they they reset the modem on their end. I was like, why did everything go quiet suddenly? And I'm like, oh.
Straight says he'll jump in once Discord's being done being unfucked. And not to wait on session for him.
Fine by me.
We'll do some of the other things around town before doing the other thing we wanted to do. And hope that things go well for him. But we'll start. Hi there. Now we just gotta hope the voice works.
I don't want to jinx it.
Hi.
Whatever happens, I don't want to fucking jinx it.
Either way, I'm gonna give you hugs.
I'm also gonna give hugs.
I'm going to squimsh you both.
But either way, we'll start session in a little bit. Like, We'll do Levi's journal and then start session in like 5 minutes. Are you doing okay, Straight? Aside from this.
Technical difficulties aside, I'm in a very good mood today.
Fun.
Wonderful to hear.
Okay, so I'll be right back one last time.
Okay. Best to get those issues settled before session. Yeah, it seems to have a lone box. But at least this being a town session, whatever issues we might have, shouldn't be too much of a big deal.
Ooh, that's him.
Alright. Do a quick test. One of you say something.
Testing 1, 2. Hello there. Can you hear me?
Something.
There we go. Yeah, screen can hear you. I rearranged some of the audio on my stream on OBS.
There once was a Lua named Bryce who loved to roll the dice.
Speaking of rolling dice, the dice function on OBS is working again.
Woohoo! So I come
Apparent-
back to the Windows 11.
Huh.
Sweet.
Remind me later, I don't care.
There we go. Got a 93 and a 9. But apparently when the DD dice went down, once it came back up, the room URL changed, so I had to change that on OBS.
Oops.
But it's working now, so
Endpoint migration, and no one had the goddamn common courtesy to tell us all about it.
That's what they usually do. They update things and then don't tell anybody what they need to do to fix it. They just expect you to know.
it is what it is, though. Either way, I'm going to do a quick roll for Green Wolf since his dice didn't go through yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
15.
Well, let's hope that this net of mine stays stable now that they've apparently updated something on the modem. Instead of
Quote,
getting
unquote.
10, yeah, instead of getting 10 upload, we have about 27 now.
Hmm.
That's for upload. The regular download is about 400. They said that they updated it to a gig from 300. see it though.
It is what it is.
There's hoping it actually fixes the problem. Because I'm so sick and tired of dropping out of internet just randomly sporadic times, just 3 weeks long.
But, whenever you're ready, Levi, you can do your journal.
Understood. Give me one moment, please.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why the notification didn't show up. The notifications window is underneath the starting scene screen.
Fun.
Now it's not.
So I'm gonna take a moment to just do some audio balancing here.
Audio balance stun seed.
It's an audio balance.
But if you spell stun seed backwards,
No.
you can audio balance those.
You played yourself, Harzaf. Anyway.
On your go.
Yeah, that should be good.
Oh, we got journal.
Time has continued to show just how crazy the world can get, and there's nothing to stop it from getting worse. From time distorting more and more, to distortions showing more and more personification. From the Krosma continuing to elude us, to more entities coming in from other timelines. From more things wanting us to go down, to seeing more and more people losing themselves to the influence of that crazy son of a gun. I think that part scares me the most out of everything. I don't want to lose myself, and I hope this mark I have remains the way it is, incomplete, and may that never change. All the while, we're making progress. Or at least, we're still trying to make progress. And we're doing the best we can to figure out whatever the hell's going on. I'm still working with the alchemy, and I'm still trying to find solutions to not only keep myself alive, but make sure we don't have to take down other people who happen to be swayed by liquid power. And of course we're doing missions and all, but everyone's doing the best they can to keep the world at least somewhat sane. Admittedly, I'm a little bit incoherent at the moment. I just woke up. Today was another failure for the cure for someone who's on Gigas. I tried, I failed, I knew I started to get mad, but Patrick was right there. Despite knowing the risks, they were quite calm, they were friendly. I could recognize them, they recognized me, and we were able to still talk, despite me being half-past insane. Of course, I did let out some electricity and hit the wall a few times, but save for a couple of dents, it isn't like I did anything effective. 12 hours later, the sun's coming up, and I'm still here. A bit out of it, but I'm still here. I remember that today they said that we would have a break since our curiosity got the better of us yesterday. Let's see what the day has to offer. End of entry.
First journal entry in a while.
First, short, sweet.
I apologize for players only.
Hmm. Alright, Elevy's banned from the campaign now. Anyways, shall we continue?
I guess so.
Alright. Do the fun stuff. Who do you want to start with?
I nominate and vote for Levi because if he doesn't have a plan, nobody does.
Levi.
And here we were saying you're going to do that later, but alright.
I mean, if we're starting with Levi, we're going to a different map.
Not quite. Wait,
Unless they're just coming back up.
I mean, someone has to let him out of there. So, probably going to be in that map, but, someone needs to let him out.
We will do that then. And I'll
Uh,
just move a couple tokens before I set us there.
It'd probably be either Hadrock or Eden down there, but yes.
Let's say
Yeah. Bedrock has scheduled for today. I'd say Eden.
Yep. Alright, well.
Mwahaha.
I do still need to do this. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna worry about that. I will put
Amon, who is locked in there.
that on.
Copycat.
Still fixing something?
Yeah, sure. I'm good.
So Zeton has come down to the facility and approached the glass door holding Levi.
So, how are you feeling?
You can see the Raichu look over to Eden, and naturally, yes, their eyes are dark, but they seem calm. Normal-ish. He did have a book in hand, just like flipping through it before closing it up and walking over to put it away. I'm okay. A little bit drowsy, but okay, no less.
I say you're in the right mood, so that's a good sign.
How are you?
I'm doing fine, he says as he punches in the code. Again, to do a lot of good work these weeks.
Dear. Unfortunately, this attempt ended in failure, but no, that's okay.
I mean, that's to be expected.
Yep, it's just another trial. Another trial, another attempt, another failure, another thing I've learned of what will work and what won't. The only issue is the loss of resources. But that's fine. It's fine.
Guess you are working with a pretty limited quality, huh?
For fixing the bigger issue with Gigas, it's not terribly limited. I have enough to work with. As for the issue with me, that's a different story. So, how are things above? I know Padrock was here earlier, but I haven't seen him since I woke up.
Things above had been typical business. Had a few ships to work through since they came back from the missions yesterday.
Let's see.
A lot of people getting their upgrades in. You see Eaton arches back, doing that thing where you like hold your hands on your back as you arch it.
Mm-hmm. You can see Levi just like as he walks on the platform, he just taps his tail to the ground a little bit. I do need to talk to someone though.
Who's that?
The guild master, or rather the guild mistress, I suppose. Emmy.
Heard anyone call her that before?
Well, I remember a while back he was referred to as co-guild master, or the guild master working with Rain. But no one's really ever referred to her as that. I just happen to remember that was a factor a while ago.
Oh, yeah. I just remembered seeing my stock. I got some new shipments in this morning.
Did you know?
Eaton
Have
steps
me
over to his
curious.
shop, pulls the lid up a crate, and pulls out a couple of orbs out of a box.
Uh-oh. Does the guildmaster know about this?
Yeah, he's the one who put the order through for me. The repairs have been taking a lot, and gotta make sure that all the stuff is documented in case someone else needs to work on the ships. Rain's actually the one that put through the paperwork for me.
I see.
I need to double check what he even ordered so I know what to put on the menus.
Okay.
Final roll call. Healeth?
Deal with?
Focus.
Focus.
You see him squinting at the last one. Not sure what a Moog orb is.
It's a Moogle orb.
You can see Levi just like lean in and just look at the document before looking to Eden. Health, focus, mug. Are you okay? Like, do you need glasses or?
I'm wearing glasses.
When was the last time you got those glasses?
Hey,
I'm asking.
these are good protective glasses. You know, the world's just always a little blurry after an all-nighter.
Okay, better question. When did you last sleep?
As he steps up to his counter, you just see him collapse into a sleep.
Levi just quietly stares a moment before. Nope. Actually, he does go back. He does come back around only to like turn off the light if there's a light on inside the facility. He just. I'm gonna roll this for the sake of character. I'm gonna roll this. Where's that? You know what? For someone that's sleeping, that's not bad. Just gonna slip on out of there.
I mean, that's you've done better than someone with no training could possibly achieve. So
Yeah, you just like step. Meow. Just gonna let them sleep.
Slip.
So Levi does kind of mess up his fur a little bit to kind of like use his hair to keep his eyes somewhat covered. But nevertheless, he still does walk around.
mhm.
Well, that's an interesting face. He was going to go to Emmy, but he knows something else. Oh. You're awake.
Yep. He just makes a brief glance at Levi. A little awkward.
Levi would lean on the table a bit more before asking, "How you feeling?"
Lethargic.
Well, the answer's not scared, so that's an improvement.
Oh, I was past scared about a month ago.
And now here you are, past your expected death day.
Still haven't been cured.
No?
Evidently, getting a hold of things like bite scales seem to be in short supply today.
Well, at the very least, you're being taken care of.
You know who I'd absolutely love to rip a scale off of?
If it's who I think it is, you're in good company.
He just sips some more of his tea.
With that, Levi just simply gives a nod. I'm not gonna pester you too much, but it's nice to see you up and about.
Oh, it's good to see some daylight for once.
It'll do you some good. Here's hoping we can get a hold of a scale sooner than later, though.
Oh boy. Granted, getting a scale from him might be more... well, might be a little worse than better.
Absolutely. Though for now, Levi would glance behind him. I have to go talk to the, well, the bartender.
He makes good tea.
You should try, next time you get some tea, make sure you ask somebody to stop by Sunrose and get you a berry mixed together. You'll be in for something.
Perhaps.
Trust me on that.
I'll keep it in mind.
And at that, Levi just kind of does a quick spin in the chair and slip over to Emmy.
Hey there.
Hey, sorry, I don't mean to scare.
Seen worse.
Yeah, fair. I just letting you know, I'm still fully in control. It's okay.
If it's any consolation, you look better than you did last time.
Well, I'll take that as an improvement.
I just realized.
What's up?
Isn't that the same TM list from last session? I think it is, because I remember Misty Explosion, Glass Pledge, and Smart Strike being there. I was like, oh, I don't think it refreshed.
Well, let's fix that.
Oh dear lord, what did it do?
It shifted.
That's a lot of... It's so much in there.
She got a new shipment. Eden's not the only one that got a new shipment.
Hey Levi, look, Thunderbolt.
Out of character. I'm holding off on that. But no. Levi leans on the counter and asks a question. So, 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
1, you are considered of equal rank to... He just quietly points his tail towards Rain.
I am.
Okay, making sure. So I didn't mishear that. Secondly... Are you offering me tea, or...
Perhaps.
I'd be a fool to say no. Secondly, I was curious about your system and or ideas for relearning old skills. You said for picking up the tea and just taking a quick sip of it.
Has a sweet and slightly bitter taste. Well, usually it just takes a little bit of well, some might call it shock therapy, but it's harmless.
I would imagine even more so for me.
You'd probably
But-
enjoy it.
Shocking.
You're not. You can see Levi's like processing those words. Like, wait a minute. There's no way that I can respond to this that doesn't come across as.
He just smirks.
You know what? I'll leave it alone.
So, what can I do for you then?
I was interested in. I'll put it like this. Ever since our team size dropped down a member, we've been having some issues with being able to confidently manage some of the fights we've been in. I wanted to pick up some new skills, or at least before I go picking up new skills, see if I can remember some older ones to help my allies control the battlefield a bit more.
Well, you have gone through a good number of moves. What are you looking for?
While breaking swipe is always fun, having discharge probably be a good idea. Just for the diversity. And even then, having the ability to push a foe back would also be good. Which points me towards Dragon Tail. Though I have a feeling I'll probably have to ask Kua for that. Could be fun to head to the training yard and relearn it again. And then there's, well, as you say, harmless shock therapy. But it would be the move Thunderwave.
That is a very useful move to have.
Indeed it is. Think you can help me out with reacquiring it?
It could. How's the tea?
Sweet. A little bitter, but sweet.
I was trying a few different things. I might not keep that though.
I don't know. It's not bad. Though, I wonder if a little bit of Chesto would help to bring out the flavor a bit.
You and your berry teas.
You're not the only one who likes to mix things around here. I am an alchemist by trade.
And I've been a bartender most of my life.
Touche.
If you'd like to try and remember Thunderwave, I can help you with that.
Should we head to the training yard to practice it, or?
Oh no, we can do it right here. Mostly it's just... She reaches for a device. So this is sort of like the TM machine. But with a little few settings, I can jog some memories, so to speak.
I see. Should I be worried?
I mean, it's me, so... He sort of smiles.
You see Levi just stare quietly. Like, this doesn't help.
Relax. She just reaches over and puts 2 of the cords on his head.
And he just sits still and watches them get put on.
How's your focus after that little trial?
Oh, the trip to...
No. What you did last night.
Oh, that. It's... I can focus. I'm not too out of it. It's mostly just the fact that I got a good night's sleep. Patrick helped make sure I didn't lose too much. And ultimately, I'm okay.
Well, that's good. Because if you weren't, this probably wouldn't be very pleasant.
Oh, if you're worried about me going ballistic, I won't. I assure you.
Less that, more, it wouldn't feel very good for you. Either way. She turns a few settings up on the machine and then starts it up. And after a moment, Levi can remember Thunderwave.
There's a small shock that goes through him, and he's like feels it. He looks at his hand and just like sparks up a little bit, like, okay. Huh. I don't think I forgot anything.
Did you?
You see him like take a moment to point his hands towards the ground, and he's just like little actions, somatic things that he usually does for using moves. Opening his hand, it charges up and focuses electricity to the center. It's like, okay, that's still there. From there, he closes his fist and it kind of glows a bit. He then checks his tail and notices that the tip of it is glowing with draconic energy. before that energy translates over to his entire tail. And then he looks at his arms and notices a little bit of water swirling around it from Seismic Toss. Not using it yet, just noticing the signs of it. Okay. Huh. You know, I thought I was going to lose stuff for that, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
Smiles and pulls out the cords. You're not the only one trying new things, hon.
I see. Even so. Thank you.
Certainly.
And that...
Anything,
Oh, go ahead.
anything else I can help with this?
Not that I can think of, unless you have some goggles or glasses to hide the, He just gestures towards his eyes. So know that there's going to be other people that are going to be less than, calm about this.
Probably want to approach another electric type on that.
Hmm.
But from the way I hear it, he's not exactly, awake right now.
Oh. No.
These ears do hear everything.
No, he's sawing logs right now. He needs to sleep. But
He deserves it.
speaking of, I may look into talking to a certain few people here and try to get better at resisting things.
Well, good luck on that front.
First things first. With that, Levi just walks down to this team. Whose name actually escapes me. What the
Darkstorm?
fuck? Yes. Yes, he approaches Team Darkstorm. Excuse me, Zeno.
Oh, hey,
Hi.
what's up?
Two things. One, don't worry, I'm not possessed or anything. This is testing.
I mean, you were possessed to test that, but, you know, I'll leave that alone.
I'm trying to do something for the greater good, okay? I'm trying.
He just starts with a little smirk.
Anyway,
Possessed.
would you mind if I just quietly leans over? I will find you. Anyway, would you mind if I test something on you? It should be harmless to you.
I suppose. But if it isn't, I'll bite back.
Yeah, that's fair. I can accept that. I can accept that consequence. And with that, Levi just lifts a hand and well, it's harmless.
Did you just try to thunder wave him?
He's trying to see if he can do it. Is now not a paralyzed motherfucker. And
His fur just, like, sparks a bit. And when the little spark goes through it, kind of just, like, returns it back to him. Like a static shock.
okay, cool. So it does work.
So where's that?
Oh, I recently remembered Thunderwave. Or rather, the skill for Thunderwave. Basically, the whole thing of how to use your electricity to not hurt someone, but paralyze them.
Huh.
And I figured I'd use it on someone who would be immune to it, and/or I wouldn't have to run off and get a cherry berry, come back, give it to you, and wouldn't want to slam me in the ground because of it.
Been a while since I used that move.
Same. But that's why I get. That's why I wanted to get it back. It's useful.
Been there, done that. He just kind of makes a little snort and small smirk. Well, you want to try anything else out, then I would suggest going to the training ground, but I'd like to relax for now.
Yeah, I don't want to bother you any further than this. Thank you.
Yeah.
And with that, I would look over to look around a moment before he does notice Cynthia, but then notices Rhea, and then it's just like once more, just for safety's sake, like I am okay. It was just testing. We're moving along to whatever he was gonna do. Go ahead.
He just looks at him, kind of rolls your eyes. Oh, better than me on my bad days.
Oh, you shouldn't have seen me 12 hours ago.
You should have seen me 12 years ago.
He just kind of paused a moment, looked back to her, just like, yeah, that's fair. Before he would go and he didn't have much to share with Lacynthia this time, so he went ahead and walked off towards the training yard, unless summoned.
Mind the flowers.
Should
Minding the flowers. He does peek in and check in on Aluvi and like tries to get a glimpse towards the parents, but
Yeah,
ultimately-
he's not looking good right now. He looks like he's been through the ringer.
I don't think Levi has the right physiology to be a comforting hand right now. So he's gonna keep walking towards the training yard.
The parents are just kind of sitting on the beds, just looking miserable. While the Porygon's there.
When did the Porygon even get there too? Is my god. Just sitting here like, what is this Porygon?
Should see who else is outside.
I cannot because I can only see so far.
Anyway, I'm gonna stop there for now. Off to the next person it goes.
And the next person it is. Let's have an
Hi,
Axel.
Apollo. Just like
All right.
hello.
So, Apollo is currently in the training yard. He's taken a few tilts at this particular dummy right here. However, he stopped here. He's watching the dummy, as if focusing, closing his eyes periodically, checking his posture before going into another charge. And then he charges in at the dummy with a Dark Slash attack, or Night Slash. Again, it's a miss. Seeming a little dissatisfied with his performance right now. I'm missing something in all of this. I'm no closer to being able to put my claw on it. Dad was here, you know what to do, but... Ah, fuck. Apollo steps away, begins pacing. I need an edge. Something I can use. Give the rest of my team something to work with. Then stops and sees the group over here practicing. Trying to get his mind disassociated from the deadlock that he's in.
These three are just sort of in a little bit of spar. Apollo might have noticed earlier some fairy wind going around, and Thera says a little discombobulated.
Discombobulate.
But these two are working to sort of give him some support.
Okay.
Then as Rafaro notices Apollo, he looks over and gives a little nod to him.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Oh no, nothing. Thera's sort of, well, deformed again. But he's back to normal.
I see.
Those are just kind of huffs. Really, it's not easy to control that.
I'll say. How long have you been working at controlling that particular move?
Well, to be honest, I'd like to get rid of it, but doesn't seem to be something I can do.
Interesting.
Fairy wind.
You got that pixie dust.
You remember?
All you need now is a little faith and trust.
You remember when he kind of disappeared and reappeared and was not exactly in one piece?
Yes.
He just sort of sighs and lies down. I'll get something eventually. Well, just don't strain yourself too much.
Yeah, part of not straining oneself is the part of the reason why I'm trying to take a break from practicing right now.
Good idea. Too much practice and you'll wipe yourself out. Then you'll be no good on missions.
I rest my case. Paul says, settling himself down beside the practice yard and going into loaf posture.
What have you been up to?
I've been trying to figure out how to perfect the technique that my father has with regards to actually making some of my slashing attacks not only hit really hard, but deal a little more damage where they need to.
Well, I've been a rescue for, well, officially only a couple decades, but I've been at it for the good part of the last, I'd say about 60 years.
I see. Did you ever encounter a move that grants you, well, the ability with any move that you have, at least for the next few moments when you use it, to always make sure it lands a critical hit?
Well, aside from my ability, I can't say that I have.
Alright. Well, I have a bit of research I need to do on my end. But thank you for your time.
Of course. Come chat us up anytime.
Will do. With that, Apollo begins pacing himself out of the yard.
Probably around the
Le-
time that Levi's coming over.
Hey,
Howdy.
you look like you've been gritting your teeth a lot lately.
Oh, it's fine.
Is it really, though?
Look, I just woke up, okay? I woke
You
up,
look-
got a chance to
you-
talk to people, but
You look like you did a lot more than just wake up.
last night I did some testing.
There it is.
Everybody else was a bit distracted. I wanted to make some more progress given what I had, and I felt like I was running behind.
I did go this time.
I learned more, but it didn't work. But I learned more, so
That's good. Got a question.
I may have an answer.
Paulo walks over to the fence and puts his paws up onto it. Have you ever heard of a move that can guarantee a critical hit for any action that you do after at least like the first few moments after you use it?
Guarantee a critical hit.
Roll Pokead.
Oh shit, that's actually really good.
Really, yeah.
That's a 6 and a 4.
Yeah, it's a 6 and a 4. I'll take it. Let's go.
Let me send something to you.
Let me check this. You see Levi, like, pause a moment, look down, look up, look away, and his tail kind of wraps around himself slightly as the tip goes to the ground and it just starts tapping. It's slow at first, but it speeds up as his face seems to become more and more desperate as he's trying to think on it. But after a moment, he just grumbles and sighs.
Right on the tip
Okay.
of your tongue, is it?
I know it exists. I just don't know what it is. I know it exists because I'm pretty sure I've had someone used it on me when I was still fighting in the rings.
You remember what it was they were doing specifically?
Not really. I'm going to have to take time to sit down and try and think about this. A move that can guarantee a critical hit after the last use. No, something about them just, if anything, they just looked at me. I just saw them point at me, and then next thing I know, I'm finding myself getting hit something fierce.
Alright. Well, at the very least, it's something to go off of. I'm going to see if I can chat up Move Tutor. maybe I might need to take a bit of money out of the guild chest to get some time to learn something like that. But
Oh, please. If you have to take the money, take it. I'm not going to stop you.
out of character, I am in fact setting up a 2-minute meta for Apollo.
Good job.
The particular move that I'm thinking of guarantees a critical hit for any move used on the next round that they are in. Which, if we know how combo actions work...
Are you referring to laser focus?
Bingo, we have a winner.
Check your messages, Apollo.
Well, I had a really funny thought though, Levi.
What?
You know how Luffy's body is covered in sharp objects? Imagine
Called rock.
he uses the move. Imagine that he has the move Pin Missile.
We don't need a Luffy to become naked.
Who said anything about that?
I mean, you're launching the sharp objects off of yourself, so I'm just like,
Yeah, what do you think Diamond Storm is?
generated sharp objects to launch at something.
Exactly. You see where I'm getting at?
Yes. Also, straight, am I wrong?
No. No, you're not.
As the two of them are walking, it would go to either a Luffy or Padrock.
I'd say Padrock. And Portia.
Portia has something to say. Called Padrock.
So it's Portia's turn. What's Portia doing?
Being absolutely consistent.
Portia's going to walk all the way through Nutrition Town telling everyone, meowdy.
Portia's turn. It's just like, what does a Portia do?
Time to make a character for Portia.
I'm surprised you haven't yet.
So, how do we want to introduce this scene?
So Levi is walking into Allura's place after she invited him in.
Padrock is.
Everyone's walking into Allura's place after they got invited in. And she was playing a little song on the piano before she looks over at Padrock as he's walking in, gives him a little smile, and walks on over to him. Hello, dear.
Hello.
Has your day been going okay?
Yeah, missions have been missions.
That does sound like the rescuer's work.
Just glad I was able to take time for the training today.
Hmm.
He says, taking a small glance over the room.
He notices that she has a book open for his particular lesson. I was considering going into a dreamscape with you.
Oh,
However, to do that, we do need a suitable client for it. One who's willing as well.
mm-hmm.
For myself, I don't quite have any thoughts as of yet, but do you know anyone?
I suppose I could ask my team, or might be a stretch, but there's also a second team I'm somewhat familiar with. I could ask, but they might be more hesitant to volunteer.
She smiles at him. Well, would you like to see flowers?
Sure.
Because I'm certain someone's dreamscape would be full of them.
So you've heard about that, huh?
With our lessons, I've seen a few things, yes. But news around the town isn't slow to spread either.
Well, if you think that she'd vote for it, I guess I'll give her an ask the next time I see her.
Wouldn't be a good idea, or wouldn't be a bad idea.
Is there anything I should be especially prepared for or to look out for with that?
Well, mostly the caution is being prepared for negative emotions. I'm not sure exactly what she's been through, but the clients are usually in a good state when you go into a dreamscape. Sometimes, however, when you're dealing with a particularly unpleasant dream, it can have some negative effects on you if you go in. I'm sure you've noticed the things that I've been through dealing with some of my clients.
I've seen your expressions at least, but this is my first time actually going into the dreamscape after all.
It's strange at first, but given you've been in a couple yourself before, I don't suspect it would be too different from doing it yourself.
I just hope it's a bit more steady, controllable.
There is that, yes. When you go in as a client, you're not exactly able to jump out on your own. However, when you go in as the Dreamweaver, it's a bit more easy to do it. However, some things you want to be careful about. Certain individuals have the ability to lock you in.
Understood?
As soon as we find a suitable client, then we can get started with that. However, it will take some preparation.
He nods it before giving her a small bow.
Please, dear, you don't need to be so formal.
All right.
But we will start the lesson as soon as we can find someone.
It'll be nice to finally try again to put this into practice.
Of course. Some you've been, well, not exactly studying your entire life for, but your studies will become useful.
I certainly hope so.
I wish you well until we can get into it.
Thank you very much.
Certainly.
Hey, Padrock, here's a question for you.
Yeah?
In the psychic link with the team members, Is it at all possible that somebody could be broadcasting their emotions without intentionally doing so?
No, like when introduced, it was like I introduced it as like you have to purposely
Interact
push
with it.
into it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's pretty much hard. To use an analogy, it's hard coded as push to talk
Fair enough.
for precisely that reason.
Yep. Because you'd be feeling quite a few negative emotions being broadcasted without his knowledge because he is just not there.
Granted, Padrock has probably projected his on multiple occasions. Snake Snipe asks, has Portia ever been caught invading Padrock's dreams?
Ah!
That said, are we shifting over to Olivia now?
Yes. And during Olivia's scene, Padrock can come in if he's heading that direction.
Alright. I'm not sure if Levi and Apollo will still be there, or heading that way, basically.
Careful with your movements, Padrock. I'm going to shift the screen.
So what did you say?
Said careful with your movements. I'm shifting the screen.
Okay.
Olivia currently moping in the clinic.
Not even so much mope, but more sulking. He just doesn't know what to do. He's been sitting there just repeating it in his own head over and over again. What can I do about this situation? There's nothing he can think of because he doesn't have a solution to the mark.
I mean,
So- He's sitting there just kind of muttering to himself a lot.
Don't look so dreary.
How can I not?
It doesn't benefit the situation.
I know it doesn't. But I can't stop how I feel.
oh dear.
Huh?
No.
Jericho, what are you doing? He's falling through the wall.
He's
Yeah,
drunk.
my roll did a weird. Sorry.
He's drunk.
No, my roll 20 was like, ooh, I lied. My controls locked on roll 20 for a moment.
If your pathing fucks up, just press escape and it'll restart back to your character.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least pleasant company would be nice.
Jer could stop his movement and look back. Curious.
She just glances at him.
And then he does come back and stop before looking over at the Delphox is sitting down. How are you feeling?
Could be better. Could be a lot better.
And yes,
Oh,
here you
yeah.
are. You look nice. You look like you're able to talk.
I was in the ruins, and I saw a portal come up, and I saw 2 Pokemon come out, and as soon as they said what they were, I wake up here and say that I tried to kill someone. So I'm not
Yeah.
exactly the most pleasant mood right now.
That's not even all of it.
Makes sense. You lost control.
And what were to happen if that happened again and no one was around to stop it?
Exactly what I'm worried about!
I believe you have several people here that are working to make sure that doesn't happen.
Oh,
Give me one moment, please. Okay.
Sorry. I didn't mean to
Yeah, I
shout.
believe you have. I believe there are several people in this city that are trying to avoid that from happening, especially given the situation that you find yourself in.
but from the way we hear it, the only reason we're still here is because someone took a tranquilizer to us. How many of those do you really have? And how many people can really use them?
How many people can use them? With enough training, plenty. How many we have? Nowhere near enough. Research has to be done in order to find means to employ similar methods. At least to make sure that we all can effectively stop people from doing something regrettable. Otherwise, there's only one way to fix the problem, and, well, one way to stop those that are possessed by Necrozma, and frankly, I'm not entirely enthused to do that.
Miko just steps his legs over the bed. Let's be realistic here. Of the people in this room, he doesn't exactly have the digits to do it. He doesn't have the limbs to do it. I question her compromise with doing it. I don't know about them. You, well, you're strange. And I wouldn't dare ask him to do it.
You say I'm strange. I may be strange, but I'm still a doctor.
And when it comes to it, would you pull the trigger? Because those two had no problem doing it.
If it's a tranquilizer, and I know that you'll be fine, without a second thought.
Jericho, how can you talk about this so frivolously?
Jericho looks over to Luvi with a straight face before saying, I have walked with death for a very long time.
Doesn't mean anything. They shouldn't have to. I thought they died for real.
But
Until
they
I found out
didn't.
about tranquilizers.
But they didn't.
It's my
And
fault.
because
It's
they
my-
didn't, we have another chance. We have time.
Oh no, I shouldn't have insisted they went.
Luvi.
He's kind of in that state where he's, again, muttering to himself, trying to justify things in his head. He's not really honestly paying much attention to you. He's just thinking things out loud.
You just hear a bell go off nearby.
What? What?
You're starting to spiral, my friend. It's not healthy.
I know. It wouldn't be as bad if I knew what to do. There's nothing
Well-
that gets rid of the mark. There's nothing. I've tried. I've looked.
Well, if I were you, I would help your teammates. If I heard correctly from my younger brother, he's a step closer to figuring out how to get rid of the marks.
Focus on the Gigas right now. I can't.
And if I recall from you and your team, you have a relative who you can go talk to for assistance.
Right.
Someone else who has the mark? There's someone else who does their best to hide away certain factors of the mark.
That was just for tracking. That
Oops.
was just to prevent them from being tracked. That's all the F said it would do.
Does remind me. This person who's supposedly marked, supposedly my nephew. What's the tea that he drinks? I want to know more about it.
Special blend that he was taught how to make. I didn't inquire much further than that, other than the fact that he told me that it stops people from being able to track him because of his mark.
Might be good to inquire then.
If I were you, if you want to be proactive about this, it may do you some good to make a trip over to speak to them. Learn more about it. See what it takes to reproduce it. And if the supplies are scarce, well, you are a rescue team. You can always go out and find the means to make more. Keep him safe. And who knows? He gestures towards the parents. Keep them safe.
And what if they see those two again?
What if? I can't tell the future, Luffy.
Is everything okay?
No, nothing is okay.
Well, there's some things okay. But we're trying to make things better. That is the goal of this hunt. Taking a situation that's not as ideal and doing what we can to improve it.
It's terrible. It's just, he kind of mutters even for a little more, but he does eventually mention. Just a long exhale. Fine. I'll go and find him. If it means that there's going to be at least something that can be done, I'd much rather get rid of it entirely.
It is better than you. Excuse me. It's better than you sitting here going stir crazy. After all, well, I'm sure your physical presence gives them quite a bit of support. You won't accomplish what you want to do by sitting here.
Looks away from him, then back at his parents, and then back at him. He's just like, I hate that you're right.
I'm a doctor, Luffy. Most people do.
Do we have a straight?
I'm over here.
You can enter anytime you'd like.
Although Jericho does pause and looks back before simply saying, and it seems the cavalry's here.
Oh, right. A little bit of a physical description of what Luffy looks like. His hair, like, around his head is all bunched up into a mess, and he's got quite literally just shadows near the bottom of his eyes, as if he had been, crying. But it's very subdued.
Luffy,
What?
I'll put it like this. Some time ago, I was in a situation that I thought everything was at a loss. That my time was over. And I was proven wrong. It gave me a new it gave me a new lease on things. It gave me a chance to reevaluate myself. Reevaluate how I see the world.
You say that, but you say that as if it was like a personal thing. This is more me worrying about someone I've been looking for the last month, only to get them and then just almost lose them again. I don't think that equates to the same thing.
Well, technically, it was a bit of both. It was a personal account, but it was also me worried about a number of people. Because I couldn't do anything to help it. Because I was stuck behind bars. Be that as it may, upon getting out, I quickly moved and worked to improve my situation as best I could, if I could. I looked for options, I looked for answers, I looked for anything I could. If I found a trail, I followed it to the best of my ability. Now, what I'm saying for you is this. If you stay sitting here and thinking about what you could do, the best thing you can do is pursue options. You've been given an option, a path, perhaps.
I'm just afraid.
But there are others.
Jericho, I'm just afraid.
Hey. Jericho just moves a little closer and puts a hand on Aluvi's head. I get it. I get it. That's also why I'm telling you this. You can take the time you need. This couch is here for you. If you want one of the beds, we have them for you. But I'm also letting you know. For these two, we'll do our best to make sure they're taken care of, one way or another.
Admiral puts a hand on Olivia's shoulder. We're here for you.
We'll do our best to make sure that they are taken care of, that they are safe, they don't end up in harm's way, and they don't become the harm in our way. We'll do our best. But staying here and running your mind through all of the what ifs, all of the concerns, all of the possibilities, it's going to drive you mad.
It already has.
You can still have a conversation with me. You're not gone yet.
My only hope, really. That's... You're right about this particular thing that was mentioned at Malva.
Mm-hmm. And
I don't want to.
Oh.
I don't want to have to ask the rest of you to accompany me, but
Levi glances back over to Aluvi before simply saying, "You don't need to be alone right now."
Yeah.
right, okay. The sooner we get this over with, the better.
And Jericho smiles. Hey, look at it this way. If that doesn't work out, there is another option. Only if you're willing to pursue.
Yeah, it's at that moment he starts getting up from the couch and, moves toward this corner here. And it's just like, yeah. I am going to insist that you don't have to follow, but if there's anything else that needs to be done today, please, just let me know if you need to do that first.
Levi would look to Apollo. Should probably let the Guildmaster know.
Will do.
Otherwise,
Out of character though, you guys cut out for a moment, and I got in only as far as probably let the Guildmaster know.
Oh, to make a long story short, Aluvi's gonna be heading over to Malva City to go talk to Elijah to see what the tea is that he makes and drinks to keep zealots from being able to track him, and see if there's any possibilities for that tea to assist their parents.
Easy enough.
I think that's an effective summary. Otherwise, it was letting the Guildmaster know that Aluvia was be heading out, which could also lead to something I wanted to do.
As well as something Apollo needs to do over in Malva.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's gotta go to Malva.
I mean,
Levi is gonna pause and was like, I mean, if you... we'll see. Let's go talk to the Guildmaster, but I may stick around if I can. I'd like to just train for a bit. And I don't want to scare people in Malva.
Levi suddenly gets 2 pink sleeves draped over his eyes.
Hey!
You sure you want to do that?
What, stay put?
Train while you're in this strait.
The drugs wear it off.
Your body also needs to recover.
You still look like you're exhausted. You want to end up like him? Leo just gives her the dirtiest look.
She could just feel Levi just deflate a little bit at those words. Even if he's blind, he just shoulders just drop a little bit. He's just like, fine.
you want to know something funny? Is that if Aluvi was actually in a joking mood right now, he would have just healed that last injury up and be like, "What injury?"
She just smiles and takes her sleeves away. Good. I've had to tell my brother many times to settle down with training.
You see, they just like go ahead and straighten up their hair again, and just it exposes their eyes once more, but they're fine. Right, let's go talk to the Guildmaster.
Take it easy, you guys.
We will.
Out of character, I'm not sure I should for everything now. That would be poor timing for Bad Rock.
Wait, did what now?
The thing with Allure.
We'll have a chance to do it. I think.
Yeah, I mean, Luvi even said, like, if you have something else you need to do first, then do it.
Well, I meant like bring it up with the team, or if that would be poor timing with the topics that's going on.
Oh.
Ah.
I mean, we can have it out of the room and go for it. I guess just do it like out here. But yeah, let's head out. Let's head out the game from Rift now. And I'm just slip past Apollo.
One does not simply slip through floof.
The floof always captures you.
Apollo was
As
taught
they're-
well by his father.
Okay.
As they're stepping out onto the main road, Bedrock moves his finger, but sees as Apollo goes on.
We did have the telepathy, if that's what you want to use.
It's just that Laura had called me in earlier today, and she was thinking of doing part of the training with me. Out of character, one moment.
All right.
I heard that back.
Laura was doing part, and she was thinking she would show me some going into some actual dreamscape.
Oh, wait, you're like actual dream dropping or entering states.
Yes. However, for that, she said we need to get a volunteer into do it with.
Volunteer for what?
Going into someone's dreamscape.
I would have offered if I weren't feeling like absolute misery.
I could volunteer if you dare to go into my head. It'd be terrible, but it should be better than when you first met me.
There is one other candidate he suggested, but I can. In fact, you'd be willing. Maybe there's one other person I was going to ask, but if you would also possibly be interested in volunteering, maybe go let her know about it. That way she's hearing it from you and not me.
I was wondering why there's so many Porygon suddenly, but now I see why.
I'm just have one other person I need to talk to before we go do anything.
Understood. Well, it would give me something to do while I'm still in town.
Not sure if it'd be today, but yeah. With that, he'd put off to go to who he's originally going to talk to before he heard the shouting.
Before you hear the cat shouting.
Meanwhile, Rain's gonna look back to Apollo. His eyes go wide a bit before he just gives a small smile. How you doing?
Doing all right. Want to let you know that the team was heading out to Malva City. Hopefully for someplace a little less exciting.
I haven't heard any reports recently from the others. Monroe's usually good about letting us know when things are going wrong over there.
Now, I need to speak with the DA over there about a few matters involving my past.
Well,
And Alavi mentioned wanting to do a bit of research on something that may help keep the zealots off of their parents' backs.
Do you feel like would you be fine in having a +1 or 2?
Depends on who it is.
Me. And Eden, potentially.
Never gonna say no to you.
To make a long story short, I need to go to Malva City for the sake of searching a few archives. I'm fairly finished with the meeting that I've had here. He says, glancing over the two before giving a nod and glancing back to Apollo. So I should be
small nod back.
So I should be fine to accompany you. I need to go check out a couple of records because I'm trying to find a bit of guidance, so to speak.
All right, then.
Don't worry. You may find the information just as interesting as I would, given your past.
I've seen a lot of stuff. Lived through some of it, died through the rest of it, and now I'm living again.
Precisely. You're going to be looking once more into the sins of a certain Malamar.
Anything in particular you're trying to find out about him?
You remember that excursion that you made? Or at least rather, the time where we lost you to the void.
I do remember that.
You saw something, and you mentioned it in your report. 2 individuals that lay dead in front of Engel's feet before he was taken in by Zorellen. I want to know who they were. Get more information. And by extension, see if I can learn more about him.
Maybe that'll turn up something for us.
Maybe. It could be fruitless, but it could turn up some information. It could also assist me in knowing how I want to pursue. Because at this point, he's a bit too unstable to pursue. And frankly, I'm looking for options. I find the right information, I may find an answer. And we'll be just one step closer to dealing with one less major problem to the region.
All right.
Besides, Rain would get up and stretch out a bit before moving to the path.
You always did need to spend a little more time on the road.
Yeah, and it's been some time since I've actually been able to travel with you.
You might find it suits you.
It certainly did before. Give me a moment.
Paul is poking around, trying to get a little bit of grit off the airship before hopping off the other side. He's going to be using the teleporter this time.
So you see Rain just do something a little bit rude before just taking. You see him form a bone rush before proceeding to throw it right into the darkened workshop of Eden, letting it land with a clamor, with a loud clamor.
You see the shop light up suddenly, a loud crackle of thunder.
And just for once, I don't have to have my face right in the middle of it. Paul would mutter to himself as he walked over to the teleporter.
You just see Eaton poke his head out slowly from the window. Good morning.
Good morning. You want to get out of that? You want to get out of that lab for a while?
You see him. He vaults over the counter's edge. His expression going from like barely awake to his normal perky self. His fur's still a mess, but
Good lord! If I realized you did another all-nighter, I wouldn't have waken you up.
it's
Either way.
fine. His bones cracking as he stretches.
Either way, a few members of Team Eclipse are trying to go to Malva City. I asked if we can come along. And I wanted to extend the offer to you.
Well, I'm only halfway through the upgrade, so he turns around. Hey, Reuben, I'm gonna need you to take care of a few things in the shop today.
Sure.
Okay, on him.
Rain would glance back over to Luvi before simply saying, "We're going to be taking the teleporter. You needed to go too, yeah?"
I mean to question. What's the occasion for you two? You've never joined us on any of these excursions, so I'm curious.
Is it so bad that I would like to hang out with an old friend?
Forget I asked.
Oh, you're fine. Bit of a joke. Though to elaborate, we wanted to look into a few records and see if we can find a path of sorts on how to deal with our current issues, being England Arnell.
I really wish you didn't remind me of Angle right now. What about it?
I aim to find out who they were before they became who they are.
Or do you mean who they were? Let's be honest. Nothing survived that blast. Yeah, that was a little bit creepy the way he said that. He walks off.
Well, you guys certainly did. Shall we?
out of character, kill pause the scene for a moment. Just need to pull something out.
I'm sending Levi up to the lab, to the computer.
And unpause.
All right, go for it.
No.
Unpause.
Nyum.
Had to find that on the sheet.
Oh, I see. Hold on.
That'd be pretty much right after the shall we.
He just covers himself in electricity and rushes off.
Still got it.
Are we gonna do anything at Paddock before we switch over to Malva?
I was gonna do the talking with Leela.
We can do that.
Sure, go for it.
Why in the world is Rain using extreme speed to get to the teleporter of all things? Come on. That is so overkill.
Catching up to Eaton. These two are just sitting by the lake, looking into the water, and Leela's ears perk when she hears Patrick approaching. She looks back at him and smiles.
Hey, sorry for the false alarm earlier. I had to check on someone quickly.
It's okay.
So,
been?
been doing all right. That's actually what I came to ask you about.
What's up?
So, Allura had me in earlier today with the training, and she was thinking that it seemed that I was ready to do an actual step into a dream. But the issue with that is that we need a willing volunteer to enter their dreamscape with.
Oh. Well. I assume that brings you to thinking of me.
Well, of us did think you'd be a good potential candidate. I don't know what day it will be, but if you are willing, do you think you'd be able to stop by Allura's today to let her know?
Well, yeah, I don't mind. She's kind of rubs the back of her head and blushing a little bit. Yeah,
Smiles.
if it's with you, then I'd be okay.
He leans down, giving her a small hug. All right. And when she leans in, he gives her neck a small nuzzle. Though, unfortunately, it can't be today. The team's taking a little trip to Malva.
Well, I suppose we should get ready for it anyways.
Mm-hmm. General Lure will let me know of what date you get scheduled for.
Yeah.
think with that, we can transition to the Malva scene.
Just looks down a little bit and blushes.
A flower is picked psychically as he walks off.
Shakes her head and. Yeah,
okay. And Rakana bashfully giving the newly formed flower a sniff.
Despite having a beak, you can just see Farah kind of smirking at you too. Are you ready to head off?
Excuse me? I was just gonna say to Apollo, hey, could you step on the pad? I got the machine. Alright, destination set for Malva. Make sure I'm gonna go ahead and make sure Elijah knows you're coming. Let's see. And with that, he's going to do the same thing as usual. Make sure he calls in before activating the teleporter.
And with that, give me a couple of seconds. And with that, the teleporter starts up before.
Man, I forgot how good those felt on the bones. Eaton says as he sets off the teleporter.
Looks like you guys some extra company.
Oh, right. These two weren't here. Sorry.
Oh, they're not?
Yeah, Levi did not go with them.
Okay.
He didn't?
No, he said he was going to stay behind.
Well, looks like you got some company with you.
So Rain would step on teleporter, stretch out a little bit before looking around the room. And then looking over to the Meowstick. It's a pleasure to meet you, Elijah. Well, at least properly this time.
You spoke of, Master. It's a special occasion to bring you to.
For us, I'm off to go look at a few archives. Get some information, see what I can do. Though, I need a favor from you.
What is it?
Keep an eye on Luffy here. They need some help. You're probably one of the only ones that can help them out.
Oh, okay. He's kind of leans over. What happened with him?
Rain's in a pause moment before basically saying, come with me for a second. And then I just step around and just go this way for a bit.
Okay.
So upon getting some distance, he would do a couple things. One, spend some funds to get a hold of a apple. And two, explain to Elijah briefly what transpired yesterday.
That doesn't sound good at all.
No, it's not. Yes, we had more travelers appear. However, the fact that his parents lost themselves to the mark, and they were, look, I'm just happy another option was found aside from the expected option. That said, if you have any information about the tea that you're making, that you make, I know you don't like. I know you want to keep it close, but if you can share it, you may save a couple of very important lives, including those in your family.
I suppose. Yeah, I think I probably should. It's a really old recipe.
You don't need to share with me.
Yeah.
It can stay a family secret. He says it with a friendly smile.
Yeah. All right.
That said, when did she get here?
Mm-hmm. Who knows?
She's just here playing music, I guess.
Music. Yeah, Luffy's basically just trying to steel himself to actually talk to Elijah because he's really stiff.
I'll be right back.
Understood.
Elijah's just kind of standing there a little bit awkwardly.
Rain meanwhile's gonna look between Eden, Padrock, and everyone there, and just say simply, I didn't expect to see one of the general residents from. Nice. I didn't expect to see one of the general residents from Humbletown here, but I digress.
Wait. Who's here?
The dark type Ninetales, Nyla.
When you're in there, you just kind of heard her just playing some music. Strange music. But music.
I mean, it's music. Music's music. The tavern likes it. They keep it. Let it play. If the tavern doesn't like it, we can get involved. Meanwhile, Rain's gonna step outside from him and take a moment to just take in the fresh air.
Eaton's gonna join him.
So, I guess it'd be a little weird to ask how you're doing, but how are you holding up?
It's hard to say. But I came here with a reason.
Go
I'm
on.
guessing Rain's already explained the gist of it, but there's a personal reason why I'm such a mess right now. Do you remember when we talked about Elvar?
Yeah. The
Do you
reason
remember
you
that-
couldn't find me?
Do you remember the weapon that he had?
Yes, I remember it very well.
Let's just say what happened involved two individuals that had very similar devices. I may have snapped and lashed out at them when they, well, tranquilized them. I thought it was a real weapon, not something to knock them out.
You didn't hurt yourself, did you?
No. It's just... I'm at a loss to what to do. I know the mark can't be cured, it just... And I don't have any ideas as to what to do to make sure that that doesn't happen again.
Look. Since I started drinking this tea, I haven't really had to worry about them finding me, but when I first heard that you could be controlled through this mark, do I even have to say that that terrified me? But I haven't been controlled yet. Oh boy, internet. Internet working now? Nope.
There we go.
Better?
Oh, damn it. Still solution.
Back from the top.
It's like... Oh, the thought may be scaring you as well, and believe me, I know. But... You're the only option that I have. I don't know if it will work or not, but... I have to be certain. I have to be certain that something can be done.
Well, if my tea can help at all, then I'll give you the recipe. It's a little bit lengthy and complicated. Some ingredients that I found in the mountains a while ago.
Important question. Is the material scarce at all?
Less scarce, more difficult to get to. When I got them, I made sure to gather a whole lot of them, but getting a hold of them is the dangerous part.
Problem is that I don't know if it'll even work.
Better than nothing, right?
Yeah. I only just found them a week ago, and they just got out of the infirmary the prior day, and then just... It happened all over again. I can't tell you how I feel about that.
Just know that they're still alive. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
As long as that's the fact, then we still have a chance.
Two individuals that were in question. I guess I should be thankful that they had something of the sort instead of something more deadly, but now I don't know how to approach the situation after the lashing out I did at them.
Or the best way to approach it, just don't.
Don't what?
Just don't approach it.
Right.
If they
Well-
did what they did, then they knew the consequences. Don't make it worse by going to them about it.
Not that I can stand the brutal efficiency type anyway. Anyway, what's this recipe you've been given anyway? Like,
Hold on, let me
which
try
one?
and find it.
Which of these materials would be the hardest to get hold?
It's a certain one. It's got a really complicated name. Never really figured out how to say it, but it's on this list. It's in the mountains. Where was it? Somewhere near Mount Indigo.
I think I may have frequented that one place before.
Maybe, but regardless, if you can get a hold of it, then the others should be easy to get to.
I don't have to worry about climbing, at least.
Guess that's a plus, right? He just pulls out a piece of paper. Here it is. Take this with you, look it over, and most of the ingredients should be pretty basic. It's just that one.
The one from Mount Indigo.
Yes.
I'll try to keep an eye out for whatever this is.
Take this with you. I've got a couple copies. He just hands him the paper.
Yeah, he takes it with and just gives it a cursory glance, like he is looking through it. Do you have a paper that you want for this, or?
No. I'll make notes of it later.
Okay. And he'll just mutter a thank you and leave him be. It's like, I'm sorry I don't visit enough.
We're both busy. Especially with this shit going on.
Anything you two need to be doing? I could really use a distraction.
Straight back.
I've been back for a while.
Well, what might you like to do?
Just anything.
Well, maybe we could go to that one bar, watch a few of the fights there.
He just gives a really awkward grimace at the whole fact of a fight.
Okay, okay. If I you've been around this town before. Any libraries, theaters? Parks?
Libraries, I never really went to or managed to get a hold of. But, if you are looking to find out about stuff, or get pointed in the direction, that sort of thing, I'd recommend talking to Monroe or Shin. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. If anyone's going to know about that stuff, it'll be them. Very little happens in the city that they don't know about. Good news is, They don't charge for rescuers. Unless you're a jackass to them, in which case, they're gonna make life hell for you.
Too late.
Well, shall we go check to see what's on for entertainment around here?
I have a bit of my own personal stuff I want to handle out here.
Hey.
Huh?
I heard there's a concert gonna be going on in a few days.
Really? Who's the lead act? Apollo already knows.
Well, it's more a group thing. They're... it's weird. Basically, the directors are wanting to bring together several Pokemon from across the region. And it's sort of... how did he word it? He said that it was a way to bring the region together. I don't know how well that's going to work, but it's going to be streamed live. And there's supposed to be a lot of Pokemon involved.
Okay.
I'm concerned if they even found time for that.
Given everything that's going on,
We need to pick me up.
Okay, but that's in a few days. We still need to figure out what to do today.
Oh,
I can't really help you there.
I need to figure out where all these threads involving Zenaida are coming and going to.
Well, if you're looking for anything legal, then Michael is probably the best to talk to about that.
That's my plan.
I'll leave you to it then.
It's that Bedrock would turn to Louis. So, shall we head over? See what those two have for recommendations?
well, I suppose so. Though, there has been something that's been nagging at me.
What's that?
Well, it's in relation to, well, that Mount Indigo. We've been there before, haven't we?
Is that the one that blew up?
He just kind of stops and goes, ah.
The character that is not the one that flew up.
Okay, because Olivia was just like, what?
Out of character, which one was Indigo again?
Mount Indigo is the main mountain in the range. It's a little bit southeast of Malva.
What have we done there again?
Nothing.
Is it-
You haven't
Oh.
been there.
Wait. Is something the matter with me?
I think his internet's fucking up.
Sorry about that.
All right.
Go on, Elodie.
I said, yeah, sorry about that. My stomach, my throat was itching and kept forcing me to cough over and over. Yeah, because I wasn't sure if we went to Mount Indigo or not. So, like,
Nope.
that's what Aluvi's asking Padrock. He's like, got that nagging feeling. Like, have we been there?
So meanwhile, Rain's gonna go ahead and start his walk.
Where's he going?
He's taking his time, but he's heading towards the. Actually, probably best to head towards the tavern.
Should Eaton be going with him?
Yes, but for the most part, Rain's just kind of enjoying the weather at this point, just because he doesn't really leave town too often, except for little things, and well, it's nice to just slow down and enjoy life.
It's not so much time to just sit there and enjoy things when you get teleported to a completely different area in an instant. There's no
Really?
time
Well,
involved.
He got teleported. Now he's gonna enjoy it.
Eaton brushing off some grass from his fur, having laid down in it for a couple moments.
What, did he just like build a snow angel in the grass?
Nah, he just laid down. You know, like when you do cloud watching, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
a little
right
bit?
is chill.
You're asking what Alubi's doing? Well, he's pondering what he could do right now, but right now his mind is currently blank.
You could join the others. You could join Rain and Luffy. Not Rain, Rain and Eden heading towards the tavern.
Badrock, I was just about to say, Badrock does put a hand on Olivia's shoulder. Come on, let's go talk to Monroe like they recommended.
As long as we don't stay for too long.
I mean, what we're doing today, I think we have the day for now, don't we?
I sure hope so.
I know things aren't looking the best or that good right now, but what we can do to help to keep our heads afloat until we can get to the solution.
Keep our heads afloat. That's a little ironic coming from you, Mr. Swimmer.
It could be a bit more ironic from someone who can't swim.
Meanwhile, Rain just kind of opens the bar doors, looks around before rolling in. Keeping an eye out, seeing the rescue team above sparring. He does give a wave to I'm pretty sure that was Nugget, if I recall right.
Yep.
Nuggies.
Before moving on forward and heading inside. It's like for most people, it's just a bunch of old guys just running the bar. For Rain, it's basically a reunion of friends and old associates.
Oh,
Hey, yourself. How you doing?
been better, been worse. How have you been?
Stuck. Too much paperwork.
Yeah, that sounds like the shitty guildmaster's life.
You can try it. We can swap places for a day.
I'm good.
Oh, Rain. You know, torture isn't exactly legal.
So, you want the usual? What you used to get 50 years ago?
Yeah. I shouldn't have anything that makes me sleepy at the moment.
You look like you need
If you
a
have
pick me
anything,
up.
if you have anything caffeinated, I could use that.
Alright then. What about
Yes.
you?
Like, Rain just glances over to Eden's like, considering how I woke him up, he can use the caffeine. As for me, some Chardonnay will be fine.
Alright. So, what brings you two here?
Looking for a few records on the trail of a certain Malamar that I'd rather make sure they stay in the ground, but given their actions keep on haunting us today, I have to go find records based on that time period.
You sure you don't want to? You sure you don't want to go dig up the ashes again?
No. No. Those can stay where they belong.
In answer to Monroe's question, Eaton just gestures at the guildmaster. He invited me out of the workshop.
He needed to get out.
So I see. That should do it. He just slides the cup over across the counter to him.
And as casually as ever, Rain catches it, letting his hand slide a bit more for friction's sake before picking it up and taking a sip. But no. I'm looking to take myself over to check the records. Specifically, obituaries, missing persons reports.
I think our missing person's been found and burned.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm looking for his trail. I'm not looking for him. He himself. I know what happened to him. I'm looking for their victims.
Evil is effective. Oh, those are few and far between, given those bastards up in the New Masters.
Exactly. So I'm hoping to get a little bit lucky with this.
Oh. Let's get to it then. Best luck.
You know where to go? I don't know where those records are.
I mean, you could probably ask Michael.
Well, that was going to be something I have to talk to him later on anyway, so... Well, I guess I'm going to have to go disturb the family reunion.
Oh, shit. There's a party of 17 that's going to be coming over here. Might want to get out before they come here.
Yeah.
You know how rowdy you can get. Especially when it's run by that. You know what? Never mind.
You see Rain take the glass, knock it back, set it down, without so much of a second thought. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of your way.
Luck to both of us, then.
Go ahead, AK.
Eaton steps off his stool, the glass before him empty.
Can you see straight now?
He just does the hand wiggle thing.
Close enough. Come on. Let's go talk to the lawyer.
And speaking of a party of 17 coming to the club, hey, we got a raid of 17 from Sass.
Huh?
Hello there, Sass. So how is your stream over there? And I want to praise Helix for the watch, thank you.
Hello, Raiders. And also, while we are transitioning over to meet up with the lawyer, I'm going to go ahead and say, let's go ahead and swap scenes.
You don't want to do anything with Padrock and Alibi?
Oh.
Yep.
You know what? Do you two want to do anything before we go to the next thing, or?
We're just basically looking.
Like thing we were gonna do was have them ask what was recommendations for where to go?
Yeah. Go ahead. And what can I get you two for?
We were just needing to do some stuff to get our mind off things in town, and we recommended to you, since you pretty much know everything that's going on, if any spots to visit today.
Well, we got that big event in a few days, but that's not going to help you now. As for today, well, if you want to stay and join the big group that's going to be coming in and having a party, you can do that, but it's been pretty boring around here lately.
Careful what you wish for.
Oh, believe me. With that party coming in, it's going to be wild real quick.
Class is over and back. Maybe a bit intense. Says in a slightly questioning tone towards Louis.
Say again?
Maybe a bit intense.
I didn't understand that word you're saying. what?
Maybe a bit intense.
Oh. It's like, yeah, I'd rather avoid a little too much excitement all at once.
I get you any poison? You look like shit.
You don't know the half of it.
Hmm.
Tell you what, this one's on me. What do you want?
Maybe.
Maybe some. Just. You have anything that quells the emotions somewhat?
Don't know about emotions, but I can get you some mead. And he just fills up a cup, brings it over. In-house special. Here you go.
I don't often drink these, but
How old are you?
I'm in my 20s.
Yeah, you're legal.
Yeah, he doesn't really utter much else and just kind of sips it in a slow manner, like just basically just feeling his pacing out. But let's see something here. I want to check actually.
Maybe don't get too hammered, but
What would be a good skill check for this? Actually, I don't know
Probably
if there's anything that
focus.
really focus. Okay. Jesus. He can hold his alcohol, apparently.
Nice.
Just like, don't drink too much of what? I don't feel hardly anything.
Those crystals all over you, I don't expect you would.
Hmm?
Look
What
like you
about
got, look like you got some a little extra going on.
Oh. It's just rock typing, nothing special.
Either way, that one's in the house. But anything else, you gotta pay for.
Yeah, I understand. I'm probably not gonna push myself on that. It helps somewhat. I hope. I'm not entirely sure.
Let it settle.
thank you, Ethan. Even still.
Yeah, just know it's just a pick-me-up. It doesn't do good for long term. But you're gonna have to be alright yourself.
It's better than nothing, I guess. What were you wanting to do, Padrock?
I'm not sure. Maybe we could step outside the city a little bit. They got some nice trees around here.
Maybe a little stroll, maybe?
Yeah,
That'd work. Might be a better idea, yeah.
If we're going too far out there, this mountain's gonna be treacherous.
yeah. I was
I would-
just thinking a little walk around the outer walls.
I'll be honest with you, the mountain would be more afraid of me.
And with that, we can transition up to the attorney.
Just go up here.
Hollow is walking his way through the streets before approaching the office door, raising his paw up. He gives several knocks, waits a few seconds, and then he enters.
Hey there.
Good morning, sir. Hollow would say, stepping inside and kicking the door shut behind him.
What brings you here today?
A bit of personal business, actually. As well as me giving you a heads up that you are going to be a very busy man today.
What's new?
Not what's happening today, I can tell you that.
I see.
Well,
Oh, what can I do for you?
so, you probably haven't heard this name, but has the name Zenaida ever rung any bells to you?
Very dangerous name to be bringing up, Apollo.
Well, it's a very dangerous name belonging to a very dangerous person who may or may not have had something to do with kidnapping your father back when he was a lot shorter than you are right now.
Well, it's a name that I prefer to keep on the low. So, what do you want with them?
I'm trying to turn
for
the
past
tables on
ghosts.
them. I'm trying to turn the tables on them and stop them from doing anything else to anyone else.
I'm not exactly the person with the most information on them. Any information that I do have was collected through blood. I can see that much.
Can I see the case files on those? Assuming that they are, in fact, open to public examination.
The very few there are, don't know how much they'd help, but you might be able to make some use of them. He starts digging through the cabinet. Eventually pulls out a few folders and opens one up.
I cannot believe you actually kept this desk around.
I mean, you're the one that bought it.
Can't believe I managed to get you to keep this thing around, despite the fact that it was supposed to be a present for you to go to law school.
I went, didn't I?
You did. And you knocked my socks off when I saw the way you graduated summa cum laude.
Well, either way. This has a list of names that have supposedly been involved with Sonaida. Victims, mostly. He closes the folder, opens another one, and this is a list of occurrences that have happened far and few between, and let's say they're not recent by any means. So,
Thank you very much.
if they create a trail for you, then you're free to follow it. Just be very careful if you do.
This won't be my first time tracking down an assassin. Maybe not of this caliber, and certainly not in this body, but the reputation your father had was one that was well earned.
Now let's see if you live up to it.
Now, mind if I borrow this desk over here?
Sure.
That Apollo carries the large stack of files that he's been given and begins spreading them across this table here. And he will begin poring over them.
While he's doing that, may I have Rain enter?
Sure.
So, given about 10 minutes in for Apollo study session, there will be a generous set of 3 knocks on the door.
Oh boy, I guess that's the business that you said that was becoming.
Indeed.
Go ahead, come in. What can I do you for, Guildmaster? Eden?
You've known me long enough to leave behind honorifics. How you been?
Been better, been busy. Work's had me by the collar.
You too, huh?
Given everything that's going on in this region, I'm surprised it doesn't be any worse.
Well, for your sake, it doesn't get that far.
Huh.
I'm looking into getting some information of two of our most wanted.
Go on.
I'm looking for any. First thing is for Ingle. I'm looking for obituaries. Unfortunately, pre 33 years ago.
That's probably not going to be very easy to get to. Do you even know the names of the people you're looking for?
Apollo.
Yeah?
Sorry to interrupt your studying, but I need your insight on this. And take a moment to think back. When you were in that less than ideal place. The two that you saw die in front of Ingle and Zorellen. We don't have names. Species. Can you remember the species for the 2 of them? And I will say, roll a focus check.
Focus. Fuck.
Hocus pocus.
Focus.
Ugh.
Yeah, that works.
The mom was a Sceptile. The dad was a Charizard.
Okay, that gets us a lot closer. So a female Sceptile and a male Charizard died, what, 33, 34 years ago?
And you realize...
might... Now that you mention it, Something else is coming back to me. Try narrowing your searches down with the names Nora and Lorenz.
Nora and Lorenz. Alright.
Oh.
I was gonna say, I don't think you realize how little that narrows it down. How many Sceptile and Charizard relations we've had in this region.
Do you have any idea how little that narrows it
I
down?
would dare say it narrows it down quite a bit, but we would just have options at that point. And then from
With
there, we just
names,
have the factors, but with names,
it makes it a lot easier. That's assuming we have those documents.
yeah, this wasn't exactly a period of good documentation. Where can I help you look?
My documents are a little bit, well, let's just say only I really know where they are.
Understood.
Yes, a man of culture.
And with that, Rain just walks off to the couch and just sits down.
Let's see, Nora and Lorenz. Oh, that's two of them.
Hmm?
Families, relations. Not a whole lot of Pokemon in this region who actually have last names. Well, hopefully this will help. With that, he just gives him a folder.
Rain would take it and just set it down on the table here, looking it over. Let's see, who are they? Lorenz. Well, Lorenz. Alright. Huh.
With that, I'm gonna send you something in DMs. And if he's looking it over, I'll send it to 8000 as well.
That the paperwork that he was.
That Rain's looking at?
Yeah,
Is he looking at it?
sure. I think you'd take a peek at it.
At least one of the parents, yeah. Let's see.
So with the documents that you found, you can piece together this information.
Do you happen to know if there's a death certificate for Boremund Serrana?
He would have died, many decades before then. Old age.
If he died of his old age, I assume same happened to Marilee.
Indeed.
Vidya, then?
He was a bit younger. Let's see. He goes for the documents. He was in a relationship with one Luther. Had 2 kids, 2 daughters. One was Timber, the other was Sylvie. They went on to have kids of their own. These hands send some more documents. Do these help at all?
My question is whether or not they're still alive to be asked questions about Ingle. Get a better sense of who they were, or rather.
In Viddy's case, unlikely. She's most likely have passed of old age as well. Luther, there aren't really any documents on him.
Well, if family doesn't tell us anything, then professional ties may.
And those... I don't think I can really help with that.
Oh, don't worry. I already see some that can. The two of them are rescuers.
Mhm.
The parents. Occupation-wise, they were rescuers.
Nora and Lorenz, yes. What their team was, it's not really documented, but it appears that they were part of the Humboldt Guild back in the day.
Well, those records should still be somewhere here. If I recall right, the guild records are located somewhere in this city, last I recall.
Could be. I might be able to get a few favors in. They should be. I might be able to get a few favors in for what they might be.
Yeah. Let's see if we can find them, and if we can find them and figure out who was in the guild at that time period, I may be able to ask a few questions myself.
Of course.
Because, frankly, to the annoyance of several people I know, I was already gone by then. Meanwhile, the people that I was with already stopped due to old age. Or, well, retired. Hence, he gestures quietly towards Eden.
At the mention of old age, Eaton had done a little wave.
He just gestures over towards the building in the south. Either way, as for our most recent relatives, well, one of them you might know as a rescuer, and the other, well, she died recently, a few months ago.
He.
Remember
Neil.
that little raid on the city? Yes, her.
Yeah, I remember.
They still haven't gotten that carving off the floor. It seems to be magically bound for some reason.
Dare say let's leave it where it is. He would take a moment to look at the records and pause a moment before looking over. I think this is about as deep as I'm going to be able to dig into this rabbit hole for now.
Like I said, documents on this is very scarce. The new masters were not exactly friendly with it.
Then perhaps we can address a different problem. Something I learned recently, due to some travelers that have come around.
What's that?
I'm gonna scare you with this question, I feel. Do we have any records on any prior cases and activities that pertain to the use of weapons of mass destruction? Not the acquisition, the use.
I mean, aside from, well, the Pokemon that we all know destroyed the region, can't really say that I have any documents on weapons, so to speak.
Out of character, I'm gonna say go ahead and do a quick reset.
Anyways. Aside from the Pokemon that we all know about that destroyed the region, I can't really say that I know about any weapons, so to speak.
Sorry, what was that about mass destruction?
The issue is, I got a bit more insights. Excuse me. We got a bit more insight as to what was used in the city. Well, in the mountain.
You mean that
The
big
explosive
bomb?
was, yeah. The payload was antimatter.
What?
The payload of the bomb used, at least the primary one, was antimatter.
As I said. Fuck.
One of those scenarios of, did I stutter?
I like how he just pauses, closes the file cabinet, turns, walks all the way across the room.
I mean, it's appropriate.
It is.
Where'd you get this information?
There were two people that appeared recently, travelers, like I said, that noticed the explosion from a much different realm entirely. They hail from beyond the Ultra Rift.
That megalopolis place that people have been talking about.
Yes, there.
And they felt this from there.
If not felt, witnessed it from there.
Antimatter is an incredibly dangerous substance. I hope you realize that.
I'm not the one that was working with it.
Honest.
But if that's what we're up against, I don't know how much we can do against this threat.
What I do know is we need to be able to get in front of it before whatever happened to the mountain happens somewhere else with a lot more people.
Well, destroying these bombs, if there are any more, is out of the question. The containments they're in are vacuum sealed, and if they touch anything outside, it's an immediate annihilation. Everything within several miles is going up, at least. So you need to think very carefully when you're going up against these.
Outside the containers? You're underestimating the danger of dealing with this. The containers are matter.
Exactly.
You have containers of this stuff. You can't even let it touch the containers.
That's it. Give me one moment. I'll be right back.
Okay.
They managed to keep the stuff stable enough to have it be a bomb.
That's what the vacuum seal is for, supposedly. I don't know the physics behind it, but most people know that much.
Question, Lacey?
Hmm.
Are you gonna need me for the rest of the session?
Perhaps. Why, what's going on?
I am kind of dazing in and out because I had to take something for a really bad headache
Mhm.
earlier. It's
I'm
making
back.
me, like, my eyes are being a little bit heavy, so I was just asking. So,
If you have to go, then we might be okay.
okay.
We might be ending pretty soon.
Yep.
But if you do, then take care.
Yep.
Like, I'm just letting you know ahead of time because I'm not sure how long I can last, but what did you need me for?
We're mostly just like yellowing at this point.
Okay.
Yep.
Just assume that, Luffy is basically just having a stroll with Padron.
Yeah.
I know I sounded like I had energy earlier. It's all gone.
That's fine.
Get your rest, Tarzath.
Sorry.
Good rest. We're good.
You good?
At least this isn't a mission session.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
That comes next week.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll watch the VOD to make sure that I didn't miss anything important.
Yeah. It should be good.
Mhm.
Take care.
9-9.
Yeah. Alright. You're back, Chris?
Yep.
So Eaton's gonna turn to look at Rain. You know, first I thought you were just gonna talk about what the paperwork around it was. I didn't expect you to drop that information on me.
Yes, you dropped a bomb on us. Wouldn't be the first one, right?
Well, hopefully it's the last for now.
I don't think I can help you on information on antimatter. I've never seen that used as a weapon here. Frankly,
Hence
it's
why
a
I
myth. Frankly,
Hence-
it's a myth that it could even be, like, created.
hence why I kept it vague with weapons of mass destruction.
Eaton nervously tapping fingers together.
At that, you just see Rain just quietly turn to Eaton and just ask, "Which project was it?"
It was during our earlier developments of, getting larger scale energy. Working on, different power sources. And one of my thoughts was how batteries. It was used to work with one of the most exotic substances you can get. Mind you, I never had more of the stuff to release more of an energy than you would by, say, slamming a table, but the stuff just proved too difficult to isolate to use for constructive means. Honestly, having worked with trying to collect the stuff myself, it scares me they got enough to make a whole bomb out of.
I wonder where we got it.
Sorry,
If
what
these,
did you say?
it makes you wonder where they got it. But if these travelers knew about it, and likely you should probably start asking them.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And as far as that's concerned, well, the Mayor of Lumen Cities brought some help to keep an eye on them. They're being held in your guild, aren't they?
That would be, yes.
And your partner's keeping a good eye on them?
One more time?
If your partner's keeping a good watch on them?
Oh, yeah. Both of them.
And I would probably advise starting there.
You should come around. You may learn some yourself.
If I ever get the time to get out of this office, maybe.
Eaton leans over to whisper. Those are the two that got off with Eclipse, right?
The two that sent Olivia into a spiral, yes.
Just wanted to be sure.
Have you had any cases or reports based on these markings that the Zealots have?
the black marks, whatever you call them. Aside from people like Elijah and, well, more recently, Vivian and Miko, the zealots that have them usually don't stick around. So it's hard to keep documentation on them.
Yeah. Had it not been for those travelers that came in, there would have been 2 less. So if you want the opportunity to get some documentation on the situation, you got Vivian and Miko. Might be the time.
I'll look into it then.
Mm-hmm. But that's enough for now. Rain says getting up. I think I have the information I need.
Is there anything else you wanted to look into? You were talking about the higher ups and the zealots.
With regards to Arnell, I have a decent idea of what we have to do. I know for a fact that I will not be forcing certain people to do it, he says, glancing up to the studying capsule. But I don't see much way around it either. With regards to Ingle, I need more information. So you call your favors and I'll see what I can, and I'll check the notes later on.
I'll look into it. I'll send you what I can.
As for Lethero, I know who I can ask. She just has to be willing to play ball.
You're a little captive.
He would give a small nod.
I'd be careful with her. She may be playing nice right now, but she's still zealot.
Indeed.
Who knows what her intentions are?
Speaking of intentions, have you heard any word from Arlak?
He's been a shadow.
He still hasn't come out then.
That's not like him.
He usually operates under direction, not by himself. So if he's operating at all, then honestly, I couldn't imagine who would. What I can say is the old fort and the volcano and the base on Drake Plateau have not been active.
If I recall right, Team Eclipse recently ran into an issue over at Drake Plateau.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, Paulo.
Yes.
Mind telling our friend here about the situation you encountered at Drake Plateau recently?
Right. So, I took my team out to Drake Plateau. Well, not so much to Drake Plateau as it is to the edge. The plateau itself is about as cutthroat and lawless as it was the last time I was there. But I went through Misty Valley, and that place isn't any more friendly. I ended up seeing a few of my previous memories that I had back when I was making my original escape over 60 years ago. Hell, some of the dead bodies are still there.
Oh, that's creepy.
On the way out, we were accosted by a rather pissed off rabbit ash that is several times larger than I think it's supposed to be. And if it couldn't get us, hell, it was going to be getting everyone else that lived there.
That's one of the outposts I've been hearing about. That's a rarity.
Now, out of character. Definitely not the character rarity. Sorry, Hallie. I had to make that joke. I'm not
Apollo
sorry.
takes 5d8 points of damage.
Sorry, Sass. The joke had to be made. Not
All
sorry.
right. In character.
Go.
We also met up with one of the Guardians from the Temple of Insanity, who was less than pleased to have seen myself or my team there. He was particularly adamant that nobody go to the Temple of Insanity that was located due east from the exit that we found from the valley.
That temple doesn't have a guardian. As far as we know.
Somebody was guarding it, and they were very particular about that role.
Do you have a description?
Out of character, I'm blanking on who and what they were.
And out.
Rain would speak up. According to the record, Apollo wrote, it matched the description of a Chin Pao.
Treasure ruin.
Precisely.
I mean, I've heard about those in Cassia myths when I was taking law school, but that's
More than just a myth, I'm afraid.
Why would he be there?
Given all the various denizens from other timelines who have been showing up, not just in our adventures, but in several encounters with our other rescue teams, stands to reason something or someone would come out near the Temple of Insanity. And he didn't mention that he was coming from Cassia. He mentioned that he'd come from a place called Keita.
The old region.
We haven't used that name around here in thousands of years.
Exactly. So you're saying that might have come from the past?
That's the logical conclusion.
But even the history books, nothing made mention of it being a guardian in Keita either. Granted, there's not much to really know about Keita, but curious.
The only person who really knows anything about what was going on at the time and why a guardian was such a priority is that person. And unfortunately, he's not the most talkative of people, and even if he was, the neighbors are kind of jackasses.
Lake Plateau is not the place you want to be wandering around in.
Not without a purpose, anyways.
Last time we had a purpose was 3 decades ago. Regardless, I think you've already got your paws full.
That I do. And until I have a reason to go back there, I'd rather keep my team away from that place. Levi was anxious to get out of there.
I mean, anyone would prefer living. Either way, that information I gave you on Zenaida and what I could dig out for your angle relations. Aside from that, is there anything else I can get you?
No. Paul would circle back around to the table and look at the records after he had been poring over them for a considerable amount of time.
out of character set information that you find, we will discuss post.
Do you mind if I check these out with me?
Go ahead.
Apollo would begin gathering the records together and putting them away in his bag. Well, I'm going to be busy for at least the next few days. Guildmaster Rain, where are the other members of the team that you've seen so far?
They're exploring the city.
Might as well catch up with them.
Yeah.
That Apollo would open the door, exit, and close the door behind him.
Yeah, it's likely that Alabi and Padrock are currently in the outskirts and probably not in the map area. But that said, unless Apollo and Rain have anything else they want to do, we can probably call it
I
there.
think that's a session.
I'm good.
Alright.
I think the last.
I'll be right back. Food just arrived.
Go for it.
Actually, this going to be done.
What's up?
I had a thought for something for Pete to do, but it doesn't really.
Yeah.
Need to be done.
We can probably do it in post. But, with that, I think we have a session. So, that said, that is session 85. I don't think we have any pictures to go over for this, so is there anything the players have to say about this session before we pick someone to raid?
Real quick. I'm glad for it. It was quite informative. A lot of things were learned. We got to have fun with it.
Little calm down session.
I feel like I loved a scene or two.
Alright. I'll wait for Straight to get back before closing it out.
I'm gonna try this chuckle.
Hmm?
I said I feel like I loved a scene or two.
I think you're fine. And most of this was kind of yellow. We're just shooting shit and seeing where it lands.
Pretty much.
Of course, you recognize Vicenna. Given the game that you've been playing lately.
Mm-hmm. Be shocked if you didn't recognize it.
Granted, this specific theme hasn't played in that game, but many variations of it have. But give it a couple more minutes for Apollo to come back if he is, and aside from that, who do you think we should raid?
Let me see here.
Who is currently streaming? Hey Bryce, do you have any ideas?
I'm looking at one right now.
You're happy.
Rick P. Griffin, who is currently playing Jackbox.
Sounds like fun. Rick P. Griffin. Do we have a straight back? Let's read that. That's okay. We can probably raid him if he wants to say anything. We can do it in a post. Yeah, it was a pretty nice little calm town session. Not too much happening, just talking, having a little fun. But next session will be a mission, and I have a map. I'm not entirely sure if I have everything ready, but if I do, we should be back to this next week. Here's hoping, but if not, then we will continue the week after. And with that, I hope you guys had fun and enjoy the stream with Rick P. Griffin. They're playing Jackbox. That. No, it seems that they're playing Risk for Rain too. Either way, but yeah. So I hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you again next week, if not the week after, and enjoy the raid. Later.
Take care.